Hi, this is Lady Lecture K, and this is my asset kit of the month for July. We've got till August already, and so here are a few of the asset kits that I found while surfing the Dreamverse. Obviously, I don't see everything that's been released, and there might be other kits that were released in July that are just as good as these, but I didn't see them. So if you are making asset kits, or if you see an asset kit that you think is worthy of an asset kit of the month, then please send them to me using the send to link, and I will check them out. So let's see what I picked. First of all, we have Mineshaft Assets by Skystone. This is various assets for Mineshaft, and he's been very generous here with all sorts of wonderful bits and pieces. There's entire sets available, so you can have a look at like bits of Mineshaft. So here's a wall with a pipe. We've got an arching cave wall here. This is really cool with roots and moss. If we look at it, you see it's only one piece, but you would just copy that and flip it, and then you could make a whole cave system. It's very, very good. You mix and match these up, make your whole cave, and you might end up with something like this. So here is a mineshaft made with all the bits and pieces that he's got in his level. Look at this, how fantastic does this look? It's really cool. So if you're looking to make a mine, this is a great kit. Really, really impressive. All of it's relatively low thermo. You can make really fantastic looking sets for horror games, adventures, entrances into platforming areas, all sorts of things. Really fantastic. And don't forget, all these assets are useful for not just mines. You can use these assets for whatever you need. For example, this block and tackle that we saw hanging from the ceiling there. That's useful for if you're making something on the set at the docks or on a boat or something like that. That's very useful. And then you've got this big hook. That can even become a weapon for some psycho in a horror movie. There we go. There's all sorts of things you can do here. I just want to show you the cement mixer because this is particularly nice. This is all animated, an animated contraption. You'd have to put some logic in to make this a accessible prop for your imp or your character to turn on and off. But I'm sure that's relatively simple to do. Once you get into it, there we are. But you can put things inside this cement mixer. You can drop all sorts of things, maybe collectibles, maybe as part of a puzzle element, maybe you have to collect enough cement or something. All sorts of things you can do with this. Really useful. And there's concrete walls and dirt swatches, so you don't have to just make a cave. I mean, dirt with gravel here. This could be part of a path on a forest set. So lots you can do with all of it. These are some concrete walls. You can make yourself an underground bunker or something. It's really cool. So lots in there. Very, very nice set. Next one, Monbeeb Trader Jack's collection. This was a level that I featured in Pick of the Week one week, and they've made it into a nice collection so that you can make your own Tiki lounge. There's some really lovely props in here. I particularly like the hanging globe lamps. Again, if you're making a sea-based things, take the glow off of these and put them in your level. They're fishing weights or whatever they are. I'm not 100% sure what they are. You see them a lot at the seaside. These glass balls in nets. Something to do with fishing. You've got a bamboo countertop here. This is very nice. And they've got these bamboo bits available for you to make your own bamboo style things. You can make huts and all sorts of stuff with this. I mean, they made this very shiny because they're going for this fake Tiki lounge look. So it's fake bamboo. But you can always fiddle about with the coating and everything. Here's a hanging net. hanging from the ceiling. This is an interesting one, these Tiki shells. I think these bottles would be ideal for a wizard or a witch's house, or apothecary, pharmacy, all sorts of things like that. Very nice shaped, interesting shaped bottles that they've got on these shells. And these columns are nice. It's a very interesting style. And you've got the Tiki masks and columns and sculpts, which are really cool. And if you're making a shrine out in the forest or something, these might be useful starting places to make your own. So there we go. There's a Tiki lounge stuff. Very nice. Next up, we have Butchu McFly voice acting clips. I think we've had Butchu McFly before. He's very prolific with his voice acting asset kits. This is obviously clips 4, so there's 3 other clip collections for you to look at. So if you're looking for this guy's type of voice, which is a sort of a deep American voice.
It's called when a concerned neighbor said that many eyewitnesses claim that the man just... Police issued several warnings before firing.
There we are. There's all sorts of things that you can use that for. I have that on radios and TVs and things. There's various grunts and groans up here. So it's a nice collection of useful little voice clips that you can put in your game. Maybe if you contact Butcher McFly and let him know what you need, maybe he'll do some stuff for him. I'm not saying he will. He may be that he just does these voice clip collections so that he doesn't have to do collabs. But it's worth a try, isn't it? Right, our next collection is Abandoned Industrial Mark II by Lucid Stew. Now, Lucid Stew did Abandoned Industrial during beta and early access, and it was a really great kit. But lots of practice has gone on since, and these are, I would say, superior to his original kit. So his original kit is great. These are just another level. So if you're interested in realism and you're looking for some rusty old switches and pipes and old-fashioned light fixtures and electrical stuff and plumbing and all sorts of stuff like that, this is a great kit. So I don't even know where to start. We'll start with the interactive props. So we've got things like this, which is an outlet junction. So really useful for, there we go. This is imp controlled switch. And you can probably put a spark and things on that if you wanted. Have that as part of a puzzle in a game, in a horror. It's really useful. Have these types of props. There's grabbable knife switches, there's push button plungers, toggle switches, all sorts of things that would make a really great puzzle game. A rusty handle on a valve. I mean, it's just, the quality of these is good, and because Lucid Stew spent a lot of time looking into thermo, these are all really good with the thermo, despite the fact that they are top quality realistic props, which a lot of detail. Let's go and remix into this lantern. Look at that. It's only 2% graphics, 1% gameplay. Look at that. There's an action recorder on there. Oh, there we go. So it gives you a sort of flickering light effect on that. It's very cool. Beautiful props. Again, got another Mineshaft asset there for you to use. Everybody wants you to make mines at the moment. Anyway, so there we go. Lots of collections in here. Lots of wonderful props for realistic sets. So you can pick and mix what you want from that. Right, here we have Chain Collection by Lover from the Swamp. These are a selection of chains with charms on. I don't know what you call them in the States. We call them charm bracelets. And they're really, really interesting. There's lots of little interesting little charms on here. Let's have a look at that one. Is that a melted clock? It's a melted clock. Look at that. It's cool. I think these would make really great collectibles in a game. So with or without the chain. So you can go out the game and you have to collect all the charms in the game that are scattered about. I think that would be cool. There's a burger there. These are really, really well made. I really like them. Comet chain. I'm not sure what the thermo is like. Let's have a look. I think there's a brain. Let's have a look. What's the thermo like? Just 2%. There we go. You could easily make these collectibles in your game. It's a bit of fun. And there we go. I can detach the brain from the chain. You can just use the chain on its own and just have that brain for something. Whoa. All the things you could do with a brain. Put it in a jar. All sorts of things. Anyway, there we go. Really nice collection of collectibles here that you can put in a game for people to collect. Or you just might want to just look at them because they are really quite attractive. There we go. Right, next one is Dino Restaurant KS Assets by Scheme DBT. It's a small kit, this. But it's got some very useful and nice props. We've got booth, seating, tables, doors, walls, flooring, and here is a showcase scene showing you all the props in situ. So this is what you get in the prop and what you can make. I think it's very nice, very useful for making a diner with. I think the seating is very good. The flooring is very nice. We've got the tables. It's missing some chairs for these tables. You might consider making some chairs to match the kit. But there's plenty of chairs in the Dreamverse that would match this, I think. Metal chairs and things that you could use. It just seems odd to me that he's got the tables, but no, not the chairs. Maybe he can add some. But really nice, very nice. And look how the walls of this diner. If we go outside, I think there's a gap in the wall around here, so we can go. Let's jog. Right, there we go. Look, nice Art Deco styled building there. It's cool. I don't know whether he's given you those rounded bits though. Having said that. No, he hasn't. So this maybe this kit is a work in progress. So there's going to be more added to it. So it might be a bit early to show this kit, but you can see he's gone for low thermo. He's told us what the thermo is for each of these objects, and it's pretty good. So some chairs would be nice, as is a whip. Some chairs, maybe some art for the walls. What else would we need? Maybe some plates of food might be a good thing to add to this. Who knows? I also like the front of that diner as in kit form. Would be cool. Right, next one. This is Skystone by Askov DK. Who knows? This is another really lovely kit from a level. So a level has been created. And then you've got this kit of various bits so you can make it yourself. And this is lovely. Look at this. What I like about this is the use of a colour palette. They've gone with the blue and the gold. And it looks amazing because they've stuck to a simple palette. That's always very useful. If you stick to a fixed palette, you can make very stylized looking worlds. Look at these shining plants in these pots. It's really fascinating. This is a beautiful make kit. This is a really nice little hub world, I guess. You could use this as a hub world for a platformer, I think. It'd be rather cool. So you sort of go in here and press a button and it takes you to level 1 of the platformer. And go back to the hub and come in here and press a button, level 2. You know what I mean. It's cool. Anyway, let's have a look at the kit. You've got the bases here, these crystal bases. Anybody who's making stuff for Crystallonia, there we go. Something like that would be cool. So if not familiar, I am running a challenge at the moment to make an asset kit. So if you want to take part in that, it's called Crystallonia. Check out the collection for Crystallonia and see what other people have made and see if you want to join in. It's just a bit of fun. It's not a competition. There's no prizes. It's just making a kit together. Anyway, this kit. Things like this are really handy. Look at that. Very nice. Just a little bit of detail. You can make a water fountain out of that. That'd be rather nice with the Greek key around the side. You could use that for top of a doorway or something. Really nice. But it's great. And then there's the sparkling plant. Let's have a view of that. There we go, look. Sparkly plant. That shows some imagination. I quite like that. And it's a nice little sort of continental Greek Spanish pot. Nice. There we go. Right, the next one is Neon Signs by Hemlock. I'm not sure whether I've shown this one before or not. I have a feeling I have shown it maybe in my pick of the week and not in the asset kits section. But anyway, these are neon signs. Some of them are animated, some of them are not, but they're easy to animate if you want to animate them. Just fiddling about with the glow with an action recorder is a really easy way of doing it. So for example, this ramen sign here, let's view. This doesn't have any animation on it, it is just lit up. But I think we can zoom in and collect bits. I think we can go in and see that, for example. If we open that up, there's the glow on it, like that. So if I just go into my action recorder and just go like that. So I've created a flashes away there. So you could do it so that it's rhythmic like that, on and off, or you could create an effect so that it looks like it's broken and it's just flickering. I mean, that's really easy to do, really easy. Let's make these come alive, but some of them are animated. Let's have a look at this one, like that. There we go. Cool. Great for futuristic sci-fi sets as well as just ordinary urban sets. It's nice that people have made them in advance for you to just pop into your level. Right, next one, Doctor Who Data's Assets Elements. This has got nothing to do with Doctor Who, that is just the name of the creator. They've put in a lot of collections here of stuff that they've made and themed it to various things. There's one that's private. I don't know if that's a mistake. They thought they had launched that to public, or maybe they're working on that particular kit. I don't know. But there's lots of things in here. So we've got kitchen stuff, so let's go in there. 4 little items here. Some really nice little antique stoves. Look at that. That's really cool. Very nice. So, and there it is in black. Look, here we are. Old stove. Some old kettles. These are nice. You've got cauldron there. Getting ready for Halloween. Here's a cauldron ready to go. Nice. Clean. I like it very much. Very nice. Then we've got some bathroom stuff here. There's a sink and a bath and a toilet and the whole thing. You just pop the whole thing down. And then, like I say, make your props separate so that people can just stamp the object and not have to delete loads of stuff. But for a bathroom kit, have them all in one kit so that you just go stamp and then they can move them around in their bathroom as they like. That's quite good. There's nothing wrong with that. And you've also got them separate so that you can just have the one, which is the right way to do it. Great way of making a kit. There's a Christmas kit here. Lots of Christmas trees, wreaths, presents. Hundreds of presents, look at that. So you're getting ready for Christmas already. And like I say, Halloween's coming up. Here's some pumpkins. So really useful little props that you can use in a set, just in the background. Just lots of little tiny little things. And it always adds to your level just to have a little bit of something in the level, little tiny props. And if they're low thermo, they're not using up too much of your memory, it's very, very useful just to have them in the background there. And you don't have to make them, because make the things that are important for your game, and then you just add a few little Dreamweaverse bits here and there just to pep it up a bit. Right, now this is Pop Culture Puppet Collection by Ryan Young Dunn. Now I don't normally put copyright stuff, IP stuff in my asset kits of the month. So if you make a kit that's all FNAF stuff or characters from the Avengers or something, it's not going to make it into my asset kits of the month. But this one I thought was stylized enough that it actually could be useful for all sorts of things. So he's got Marvel, DC, horror, movies, Disney, games, TV shows, anime, etc. So if we go to TV shows, for example, this is like Breaking Bad, South Park. Now the South Park one's a little bit more obvious, but this character here, for example, Emma Swan, Once Upon a Time. I'm not sure that that's recognisable as anything particular. You could use that as just a girl character, a cute girl character. You could change her hair a bit if you wanted, but I think they're really usable little characters. Even Walter White here. Put some trousers on him. And that's just a nice character that you could have as a next door neighbour or a shopkeeper or something. But possibly not just in his underpants. We've got horror up here. Oh, that's fun. There we go. That's fun. And that's so far away from actually being copyright infringing. You could use that in a game. It's so funny. Yeah, want a ghost? Just in a parody of a horror movie. That would be quite funny. Jump scare where she jumps out of somewhere. It'd be funny. Anyway, I think it's a nice little collection of these cute little characters, and yes, it's pop culture characters, but there are quite a lot in here that you could get away with using for all sorts of things. Just a little bit of a tweak, and I mean, here's Shaun from Shaun of the Dead. Get rid of the blood stain and his just paint over that, and that's a shopkeeper or a manager in a supermarket, or a supervisor, or an editor or something. I mean, it could be anything. Anyway, there we go. There's so much to see in there. Have a check out of those. They're fun. They're fun to look at. Right. Acoustic guitar, main chords and open strings by Dawn over Dusk. It's just something simple, but I just wanted to show you that making these little loops can be very useful for people who want to make music but aren't particularly musical. And so these are just open chords, so you can make your own song. Just put the chords into a sequence. Voila, you have a background, an acoustic guitar background. Just by putting these in, one after the other. Very simple. People are also making drum loops and things like that, which is also really handy for people who aren't particularly musical and just want to stick a load of loops down and make a piece of music, and they don't want it sounding the same, because I hear the same loops, the media molecule loops, over and over and over again when people are making music, and quite honestly, I'm fed up of hearing them. But it's nice that people are putting their own loops in, and that's a selection of chords there. Right, this next one, Camping Kit by Soshito Entronato. This is all very low poly camping stuff. So you've got a selection of tents. You've got like a military tent there, like a child's toy tent. There's a rather futuristic looking tent, that one. Lots of tents. We've got some really nice signs that would be very useful if you're making a walking sim. Some of these trail signs are really quite nice. You can put them out at the beginning of your trail with some instructions maybe for the player. Very, very, very cool. But there's other little bits and bobs. The boats are nice. I like the boats in this. These would be very useful. Again, very low poly style. So yeah, camping kit. So if you wanted to make a campsite or something like that, there's lots of things in here that you could use. Next kit, accessories, decorations and assets by Oogle Squid. Again, this is not a themed kit. This is just some assets made by one person, and they've just put them all together. So they've got a variety of things, from jungle ruins to maple syrup. I quite like the maple syrup. I think this is quite cool. This is useful for a shop scene or a diner or a kitchen. Have it on the side there. I'll have to make some more food props that are assets that people can use. There we go. I'll make some pancakes and I can go with the maple syrup. There we are. So there's lots of things in here that are really quite useful. This toy boat, nice. It says toy boat, but if you wanted to make a scene where this was the style, that would become a real boat. That's the good thing about gaming. It's like it might be a toy boat in a realistic setting, but in a non-realistic setting, it's an actual boat. That's how it works. This is a toy whale. Look at that. Cute. See, in a realistic set, that's a toy. But in a game with this, with where this is the style, that's, you could animate that in some water. It'd be fun. There we go. Next kit, Jumping Jack Kit by Tony 1979. This was a level that I showed in the pick of the week the other week. It's based on a Spectrum game. So you've got the menu screen with the loading screen up, and we've got sound effects. Now these are obviously recorded from an actual Spectrum. I think it's okay. It's on the borderlines of copyright infringement. I'm not 100% sure about that, but these are not. These are good. So just to show you some pixel art. This is a moving train. So I'm more showing this off, not necessarily because these assets are going to be necessarily practical for lots of people, but it's like to show you that you make your you can make your game. You don't have to make it remixable. You can make your game completely safe, so it's not going to be stolen or anything like that, but then you can put in all the little assets that so people can utilize your level logic here, the sound effects that you've used and the characters that you've made in their own games, which is really generous and very nice, and I wish more people would do it. So that's why I put that kit in there. It's nice to see people sharing stuff. This is Basic Filmmaking Virtual Production Kit by Mist RP. And this is cool. So these are cameramen and camera equipment. So if you're making a scene, here's a Steadicam operator. You could always change this character to give him a proper realistic face and hands. But this is cool. I think this is really nice. And there's some really great cameras. There's one on a crane there. Look at that. So if you're making a film set, lights, camera, action. Here are some really lovely looking and very simply made, actually. And they're simply coloured, so you could always go in and paint these up a bit, because they've used simple things. It's like a base for you to add to, and there's some VR stuff here as well. So if you're making a game and for VR, and you want your character to have a VR headset at the beginning or something, or you want to just have a VR headset spinning around at the beginning saying, do you want it in VR mode or whatever, there we are. There's a VR headset that you might want to use. Again, you could paint that up to make it look more like a PSVR if you wanted. So there we are. Really nice kit. Our final kit is Easy Living's Home Assets. This is actually shown on this week's Media Molecule stream. It's a really nice kit. It's modular. There's lots of big pieces as well as small pieces here, so you to make up a whole house in this sort of mid-century modern futuristic looking house. A lot of these are really quite big pieces. There we have a whole corner there, for example. There we are. So it's very modular. So you'd be quickly making a whole house in this style. So it's not so much the single assets that you can build up and make your own scene. It's more how to quickly create a house using these modular pieces. But it's cool and nice. So let's have a look at the interactive showroom. So this is the sort of thing you could be making. I wish this was a modular set. It's not part of the kit, unfortunately. I think this would be really useful. I think this is a great city background. I think this is fantastic. Make this as an asset, please, whoever made the kit. Because that's really useful. I really like the cityscape out the window. Anyway, here we go. So we've got a kitchen with lots of rocks in for some reason. A bit bizarre. But that's a modern style. There's a bathroom. You can go upstairs. There we are. There's a mezzanine with the bedroom in. I'm not keen on this myself, to live in myself. I know my husband would absolutely hate this because he doesn't like heights, and that's a scary stairs. That for somebody who doesn't like heights, because you've got the city below you there, and these stairs with absolutely no safety railing. It's terrifying. Also, I feel a bit exposed up here. It doesn't seem to be much privacy for me. But there we are. We don't have to live in it. It's the Dreamverse. It's a fantasy house. Also, I probably couldn't afford to live in something like this. That strikes me as probably expensive. Anyway, there we go. The Easy Living apartment asset kit. There we are. So there's the asset kits of the month. Hope you enjoyed those. So like I said at the beginning, if you make asset kits, or if you see an asset kit you think would be worthy for being put into the August collection, then please send them to me using the send to link. Otherwise, I'll catch you in your dreams.